I'm Brian Kranz. I work for Monster Energy Kawasaki, and this is Eli Tomac's 2017 Supercross race bike. Well, this is obviously the best bike on the track because it's built by me, Brian Kranz. I've been doing this a long time, and I build beautiful race machines, as you can see. For Eli, what he's looking for in a bike is just a solid motor package with good bottom hit and something that also doesn't just fall off, that can rev a little bit, so, you know, a little bit of everything. One thing that's important to me and for Eli is keeping the controls feeling really good and smooth and buttery. That's something that I spend a lot of time on, making sure that they feel perfect every time. The rubber mounted bars is all just for rider feel. You know, it just helps cut down on vibration and feedback in your hands. And that's something that, you know, sometimes Eli could be sensitive to, so anything we can do to help with that, we do. Renthal has different bar options, like Josh is on the twin walls, which is a very stiff bar, and Eli's on the fat bars, which is a little more forgiving and gives a little more plush. We run KYB suspension, forks and shock. It's just something that Eli's become very comfortable with over the last few years. We switched to it our last year on Honda, and we're able to carry it over here to Kawasaki, which was great. It's just something he's comfortable with. We try to run as much data as we possibly can, and we have some stuff on the suspension that helps us to interpret what it's doing on the track to reach stroke and other stuff like that. Eli still uses our factory triple clamp, so where Josh went to the X-Trig. You know, the biggest differences are the X-Trigs are a little more forgiving, and you maybe get a little more feel with them, which can help with initiating turn, but you might lose some stability in other areas. And Eli chose to stay with the factory setup because he likes some of that stability that he would have lost maybe with the X-Trigs. We have a couple different caliper options available to us here. Josh is on the mag caliper and Eli runs a billet caliper. And the billet just gives a little bit firmer feel at the lever, and that's something that he's looking for and he likes, so that's what we run. The gearing in Supercross, you're always a little bit lower than you would be in outdoor just because the speeds are lower, and you want to be able, you know, to pull out of turns and be able to have that hit on the bottom on rhythm lanes. As to where outdoors, it's higher speeds, you're wide open, so you'd run a taller gearing. So on our race bikes, we run pretty much green plastics everywhere. As a production bike, you know, has a black airbox, black mud flap. So we got green airboxes made and green mud flaps, and it just kind of helps the whole bike flow green throughout. We have a sensor on the clutch arm there just to see, you know, every time that thing's moving and he's pulling the lever in and see exactly what it's doing. It's just kind of adds to the data. The more that we have and we can interpret the motorcycle's doing, it helps us to make a better bike for Eli. Being a factory team, we have the ability to change lots of things, and some of that, you know, you could change stuff in the front end to change the geometry to help the feel for the riders. You could run different offset triple clamps or different steering cones and kind of get it to wherever that rider's comfortable. I'm Brian Kranz, and this is Eli Tomac's 2017 Supercross race bike.